Good night, sleep tight, and don't let the bed bugs bite. Well, we've probably all had that said to us at some time in our lives. We might have even said it ourselves. But while most of us will then go on to have a very peaceful, insect-free night, some people, I'm afraid, aren't so lucky and end up sharing their beds with some very unwanted guests. Now, that would be bad enough if it was at home, but it's certainly not what you expect to find in the hotel beds that you've booked for your holiday. Fuerteventura, the second largest of the Canary Islands, and one that enjoys near year-round sunshine. It's a popular choice for those wanting a slightly lower-key holiday than on neighbouring Tenerife. And it's the destination of choice for the Lorenz family, Mum Tracy, Dad Carl, and 12-year-old Sophie. Their most recent trip, in October 2014, was a 7-night all-inclusive stay at the 2-star Alicios Playa, a complex of apartments. They booked through online travel agent On the Beach, paying £780 for flights, transfers and the accommodation. Situated just 300 metres from the beach, the family couldn't wait to relax and enjoy their holiday.
We unpacked, went up to the beach. A few hours later, come back. I was a bit tired. Thought I'd have a lay down in the room.
But things were about to go rapidly downhill, thanks to some particularly unwelcome visitors.
When I woke up, I was really itchy, covered in bites all up my arms and my legs. I had bites up my face, in my ears, where my face was on the pillow, across my back and my front, literally covered in bites.
And it wasn't just bites that Tracy was covered in.
I lifted up the sheets and there was bugs all on the bed. So it was just black bugs crawling on me and on the sheets. There was loads, too many to count. I was just like, oh my God, what are these? I sort of got up and sort of brushing them off of me. Called my husband in, he came in, he went, oh my God, what are they? I said, I don't know, but they've bitten me all over.
Tracy was convinced that the unwanted visitors to their apartment were bedbugs, small blood-sucking insects that tend to come out at night. And not wanting to spend another minute in their company, she headed to the hotel reception to see what could be done to get rid of them.
They came in, stripped all the bedding off, put it in plastic bags, took it away, took the whole bed unit away and put in a new bed.
But it seemed that the uninvited roommates were determined to stick around. Later that night, just as Tracy and her daughters were about to drop off to sleep,
we started seeing the bugs coming out from the headboard and the sockets and behind the pictures on the walls and everything again. And we just said, we can't stay in that room, get more bites. We just can't. By this time, it's near 10 o'clock, there's no one on reception again. There's nothing we could do at that time of night. So there's no holiday reps for On the Beach there. So we ended up, all three of us, sleeping on the sofa in the front room.
The following morning, the family were moved to another apartment. And in the cold light of day, it became clear to see the extent of the damage the bugs had caused.
It was terribly uncomfortable because of the itching and the burning, and the heat wasn't helping because it made it, more irritating. It was very upsetting because we, go on holiday to enjoy a break, get a bit of warmth from the winter weather, and it just wasn't enjoyable at all.
Tracy was prescribed a steroid cream and injections to help relieve the itching, but she couldn't get the bed bugs out of her mind.
It spoilt it completely, it ruined the holiday for all of us.
But was Tracy right in thinking that the insects that had bitten her were bed bugs? Determined to get to the bottom of what had caused her so much irritation, she brought 2 of the undesirable bedfellows back to the UK.
These are the bugs that were in the bed. When I woke up, I was itching.
Martin Harvey is the president of the British Pest Control Association. He knows a thing or two about creepy crawlies, so we asked him to take a look at the specimens that Tracy had brought back.
Bedbugs are around about 6 millimetres long. Their abdomen, which is their hindquarters, is like a shield shape, and their rust red, brown type of colour. There are certain signs that you can look for to spot a bedbug problem. And those would be, there's a characteristic smell when there's a very heavy bedbug problem, and that smell is a sickly sweet almondy smell. You normally see blood spots around the headboard of a bed, but also around the buttons that hold a mattress together and around the joints of a bed where the bed is actually bolted together. These are small gaps where this very flat insect can hide and can breed.
So, was Tracy's hunch correct?
In my opinion, having had a good look at these samples, there is no doubt in my mind that Tracy's been bitten by bedbugs.
After being virtually eradicated in the developed world in the 1980s, the bedbug population is once more on the rise. Though still rare, it's thought an increase in travel and movement around the world, and the possibility that the bugs have grown resistant to chemicals used to treat them, are to thank for their growing numbers. And Dr. James Logan from the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine says they're not in the slightest bit fussy about the standard of accommodation in which they find themselves.
It doesn't matter whether it's a 5-star hotel or one of the cheapest hostels that you can find. Bedbugs can invade pretty much anywhere like that. The best thing that you can do is just be aware when you're travelling, especially in tropical countries, that there might be bedbugs around, and minimise the risk of them getting into your luggage and you bringing them home. Make use of the luggage racks, because that keeps your luggage off the ground. And one of the classic ways that bedbugs can be transported is that they climb inside your luggage that's on the ground or in your clothes. So the key is to be kind of neat and tidy and keep your luggage off the ground and zipped up so the bedbugs can't get in.
Oh, those are certainly good tips for the rest of us, but I'm afraid they're too late for Tracy. She complained too on the beach when she returned to the UK and was offered a refund of £173, half the cost of the accommodation. But as far as she was concerned, this really didn't make up for what happened.
It did ruin the holiday because we wanted to go and relax and we couldn't do that. You know, having to spend twice a day traipsing up to the doctors to get injections, 3 times a day putting cream on, couldn't go in the pool, couldn't sunbathe.
When we contacted On the Beach, the website that Tracy used to book her break, the company told us that on the rare occasions customers experience problems on holiday, it always advises them to get in touch while they're still at the resort. As Tracy didn't do this, it was unable to help resolve the situation at the time. But after we got involved, On the Beach liaised with the hotel provider that it used to arrange the accommodation. And this provider has now offered Tracy a full refund of the hotel cost. And on top of that, On the Beach has offered a further £220 as a gesture of goodwill. We also contacted the Alios Playa Apartments, who told us that this is the first time a situation like this has occurred, and the affected areas were cleaned with steam and a high-pressure vacuum following the complaints. The management also pointed out it had covered the cost of Tracy's medical treatment while on holiday. But for Tracy, while the bites have now gone, the memories of her trip to Fuerteventura will last a lot longer.
Never in my life have I experienced anything like that. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. It's horrible.